In the hunting world, where the quest for the most accurate broadhead seems to be never-ending, a new broadhead emerges from the crowd. Thorn Broadheads. With hidden blade technology stored inside an aircraft aluminum frame, and upon impact the rip tip deploys 440 stainless steel blades, delivering a 1 3/4 inch cut. With better aerodynamics, Thorn guarantees field point accuracy. But the question still remains, do they really work?
But do they really work? Hey guys, it's Jase at Jase Outdoors, and in this video I'm going to be field testing the Thorn Broadheads. This year I went to the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg on a quest to find a new broadhead, and I came across the booth here with Thorn, and I got talking with the guys there. They were really awesome, down to earth guys, and there was a couple things that were really appealing to me when looking at this broadhead. And one was the hidden blade technology. You know, these things hide completely in the shaft of the broadhead, and there was no O-rings like on the outside of the broadhead. Over the fast I've tried, you know, G5s and Rage and the clips the spider clips and that always go on the outside here. I always break them. I could just pull them out of my quiver and I'm pulling blades apart. But this one has shear pins that go through the shaft of the broadhead. I don't see really a way of breaking that other than the force of pushing on the tip of the broadhead. So this is the pack that it comes in. One thing right off the bat that I thought was super cool is this little yellow O-ring right here will allow you to put that in the front of the broadhead, right here where the rip tip is. So you put that in there, which on impact it doesn't allow it to deploy the blades. So you can practice with these without messing up the blades. I thought was really awesome. So, you know, sometimes you get practice tips that come with like a Rage that are kind of shaped like it, but they're not even, I don't know, they're just not even exactly the same. And then if you go to shoot your broadhead, not only do you always break your clips on the back, the spider clips or whatever they're called, you're dulling your blades. So really, when I bought packs of broadheads before, I just basically was like, knowing I'm ruining one just practicing with it. Because even though most expandable broadheads claim to be field point accuracy, a lot of them aren't. And that's what this field test is going to be strictly on, is accuracy. You know, how they fly. I'm not going to do a penetration test just yet on this one. Primarily because I haven't come up with a fair way to do a penetration test. So I'm currently working on that, and plus it's just a mess outside. The snow is finally just melted and it's a muddy mess, but I just can't wait to shoot these, so I just thought I would share this with you. So we're going to open this pack here. Alright, so this first one already has a shear pin in it. So these blades don't open until you push on that hard enough. And I'm going to do a little bit here. I'm going to push to see exactly how hard I have to push in order to break that. These two do not have shear pins in, just so you can see what the blades look like sitting there. And you know, they're pretty sharp. So the first thing I like to do when I get a pack of broadheads, so here's the shear pins. Just set those here. These are 100 grained. They do come for crossbows. They make them for crossbows, and they have 125 grains also. But we're just gonna see, like, out of the pack here, you know, that one's 102 grains. That's 104 grains. And this one has the shear pin in it, so it should be a little bit more. Yeah, and it's not, 102 grains. So they're pretty close. A lot of times, you know, all broadheads will vary in weight, but that's actually, those are pretty close. So here's how they work. Upon impact, you know, when this hits something, it's got this rip tip on it with grip, so when it grabs hide, it's going to push this tip in, and you can kind of see that little bearing there, pushes that back, and it shears that pin, which will allow these, as it keeps going in, it just allows the blades to expand, and they can swivel a little bit too. So if you hit a bone, look like you can go around it a little bit. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's the basic concept of them, which I really think is pretty cool. And I can't see any kind of issues there would be with these things flying like field tips. I mean, they're very thin, you know, there's nothing sticking off of them. You know, the rip tip just a little bit is a little more flat than a field point would be, but certainly not enough, I don't think, would make it flying differently. So let's put one on an arrow real fast to see how much pressure it takes for that shear pin to break, which would be right about that point. Alright. Another nice thing, it doesn't really matter lining these up with your fletchings. It's going to be, it just doesn't matter how it falls, which is pretty cool. I always like to line my blade sticking out with my fletchings. So a lot of times I'll have to, you know, put an insert in and then glue it so that it matches the broadhead. But so using the shear pins, all you do is pop one of these off, put the blades in, you can stick it in the hole there and pull it through until the whole head of that sits down inside there like that. And then all you do is take a knife and just cut that right off flush, and that's it. And it's hard to accidentally have those blades come out until you actually, you know, hit something with it. So let's just see here how much pressure it takes to break that shear pin. I mean, it really wasn't a lot of pressure. I guess it's really kind of hard to explain. I didn't push on it that hard until that broke. So, you know, the blades will come out, and as it goes through something, I didn't really push hard at all, but it's certainly hard enough that I can't see you accidentally breaking that shear pin. Which again, on other broadheads, I got so tired of my spider clips and it's just pulling them out of the quiver. I would break those. So that really seems nice. Right now, and I don't know, it'll be different, you know, upon impact, but the shear pin kind of got cut in half in there, and it's stuck inside the shaft there. So you have to get that out. There we go. So that's how that works. I mean, I really hardly pushed on that at all, so it doesn't take much to break those shear pins. So I can't see there being much issue with that. I mean, really, I don't know what else to say about these, other than let's give it a shot and see how they work. Alright, so this is the moment I have been waiting for. You know, before we even get started, let me just show you what I have set up here. So I'm in my studio, and I just got tired of the bad weather and not being able to shoot. So what I did was, let me grab this camera. So if you look out the window, I have a target set up. So we're gonna shoot directly here from the studio. Kind of, you know, got some storage stuff up here as well, but we're gonna shoot right out that window. It's exactly 20 yards, and see how this goes. So I want to put on a sticker here, just so I have something specific to aim at, something small, just so we can, you know, really kind of gauge where my arrows are hitting. Again, I'm shooting from the second story attic window. You can kind of see the turkey fan up there. I'll be standing right in there. So this is, we'll see how this goes. Alright, so we're gonna shoot through the window. You know what? I should probably open it first. That would have been bad. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before I forget to open that. So now we will shoot the Thorn Broadhead. Oh. You know what? I just noticed something already. I mean, without even shooting this thing, that I like, and holy cow! Let me just show you something here, and I don't know if my mics will be able to pick this up, but I just drew back with the Thorn Broadhead. Let me pull out. This is a Rage Tripin. Let me just draw this one back. You can hear that vibration? They rattle. That has always drove me nuts. I actually blew it on a coyote because when I drew back waiting for it to get in my lane, he heard that and stopped before he ever got to my shooting lane. So that little vibration absolutely drives me insane. And this doesn't do it at all. Come up a little closer here. There's nothing. Oh, geez, I almost forgot. I want to put on the practice clip, so I'm not ruining the blades. So I've never actually put this on yet, but it should just snap right on the end here. Takes a little bit of force, but so now those blades will not deploy and break that shear pin. That right there alone, I mean, that is awesome. I just really like that. All right, now pressure's on. Because I got to do my part here and doing everything right as far as making a good shot. So try this again. We're going to use the Thorn Broadhead again, first shot. And that was dead on. I mean, that was right in there. Shot felt good. So I know this one's hitting close to that anyways because I've knocked it off before, but this is the field tip. I'm just going to aim right for that arrow. Hopefully I don't regret it. Well, I'm a tad bit low on that shot. You know, I mean, I could just tell there's really no issues in flying. My shooting abilities right now aren't that great. I mean, that orange sticker is probably about the size of a quarter, so I'm really not far off. But that last shot, I stuck it right in there. Again, there's no fishtailing, no planing of any sorts. I really I can't even see why there would be any kind of flight issues. Again, with these things, you know, once them blades are tucked down inside there, there's really nothing, you know, that sticks off of them that's gonna make your arrow fly any differently. So, you know, I really can't, as of now, without doing a penetration test, I can't really see anything negative about these. Though when shooting them into a foam target with that practice clip on there, it will fill up with some foam in those grooves. So you just want to make sure you keep cleaned out. Just, you know, add a little more weight to your arrow, but nothing that's really going to affect much. But I think these are pretty great. I'm planning on shooting these a lot more. I would encourage you guys to check these out yourself. Again, it's Thorn Broadheads, and these things, I mean, honestly, I can't wait to try them. I think they're going to be awesome. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see what happens on the next test. Thanks, guys.